Welcome to this edition of the Natural Year Challenge. Today we're talking about organizing and decluttering the home. We could focus in a lot of different areas. We all know how valuable it is and how difficult it is. And especially for those who've ever been environmentally ill and have known that connection, know that there's a certain brain fog that can go with it that makes organizing extremely difficult. And I'm here to say that there's a lot of hope with that. I'm going to show you my desk, and a week ago this was the last area I just couldn't tackle it. It's very slow to recover that ability to declutter and organize for those who have been ill, but just for anybody. It's so easy to accumulate and then not make those hard decisions. It was actually my 12-year-old son who said, "Mom, let's organize your desk." And I had been thinking about moving it into our room and creating a whole different feel, and that's what we did last week. So I'm just showing you that if I can do this, I know there's hope for anybody. It was a mess. And I just cleared out a lot of what I don't need. And those are hard decisions, but it didn't take that long. And then I just made sure that everything on my desk for the first time in a long time, I use or need. And that's the stapler, the tape, the pencil, and I only have one of what I need. And then I like a salt lamp. That's very good for EMFs, electromagnetic field protection. I got a cactus to celebrate being in Arizona, and also that's good for EMF. And then I organized my books, which was the hardest thing to do. But I succeeded, and so far so good. Of course this is going to clutter up again, but at least I have a system down, and that of course is what you're going for, a system that works. My bulletin board I cleared off. I even cleared out the drawer. That's always hard to clear out a drawer because you can close it out of sight, out of mind. But you know, if you can get it cleared out and keep only what you need, it helps. So today we're going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to talk about having a sachet, not necessarily for your desk, although I would suggest something smelling like rosemary because it really helps sharpen your brain if you're working at a desk. So let's go do that. So if you've cleaned out a drawer, which is always one of the hardest things to do, I suggest you celebrate by making something that's going to make it smell really good. Now, today I'm doing something that's my favorite, and that's lavender. Again, if it's around a desk, I suggest rosemary, some of those spices, but especially rosemary. It really, or you can diffuse it at your desk, anything, because it really does spark a lot of brain creativity and strengthen the brain. But today, I'm just going to show you what I would do with a drawer, say in a dresser, what I like. And this can be as hard or as simple as you want. A true sachet would be made with a combination of roots and herbs and flowers, and you would let it sit for 6 weeks, and then you would put it in the sachets. So that's great to do. That's a wonderful gift. I use these tea bags or bath bags, whatever, and I fill it and then iron that, or you can use these, or you can use a bandana or any fabric that you have and then tie it with a piece of yarn. That's how easy it is. So I'm just going to show you this method, and I'm going to do the simple version, and that is to take some lavender, some dried lavender, and if you grow flowers, you know, you can dry them and use them this way. And then I'm going to add some orris root, which helps fix the aroma, the fragrance. And I'm just doing this by sight. There are recipes, and you could easily follow those if you'd like. And then I'm going to add some lavender essential oil. A little goes a long way with essential oil, so I'm just going to do 5 drops. And then I probably would make this fuller if I were to do it again, but for now, I just wanted to show you that you just iron it closed, and you've got it. And again, this makes a wonderful gift. Or you can even use these as dryer sheets and add some baking soda. That's it for this edition of Organizing and Decluttering Your Home. Thanks for joining us.